I think it's going to be complex, and I think that some changes will be seen immediately. I think there are already some panic decisions. I know that certain universities have been saying that their foreign or their EU staff are thinking of leaving. And I know that there has already been a reduction in the number of people from European universities applying. So already people are seeing there's an uncertainty. What could happen, of course, is a bounce back, that in a year's time or 6 months' time, people might think, well, as long as we can be sure that we don't have a big change in 3 years' time, we might take a risk. But at the moment, nobody really knows. And until things start to become clearer, nobody is going to know. I think that mobility was always a problem for the UK. UK students tended to stay in the UK, and we have the lowest take-up rate. Now, what could happen is there might be a bit of a reaction and people will become more aware of what they're losing. So that would be a bit of a paradox, but that could happen. The problem would be if it becomes too expensive for other students to come in through mobility into the UK. Now that could mean that we simply lose a lot of EU students, which means we lose students, we might not be able to replace them, and it could mean that university departments start to shrink, close, and even certain universities could actually look to whether they can continue. I think for short term, the Erasmus scheme will continue. We'd probably use something similar to Switzerland and Norway and have some sort of compromise for that. So I don't think mobility will stop, but I think it will certainly be changed. Yeah, in my university, London School of Economics, we have a very large amount of people from the European Union. Again, they have been encouraged to stay, and in fact the LSE has said they will lend them the money for actual formal registration. But that seems to be such a curious thing in a world which is mobile, where things are already focused on mobility, that we're actually thinking there has to be special visas, special permits, and again that might put people off. I think big cities like London, Manchester, those places, Oxford and Cambridge and Brighton, funny enough cities that voted to remain in, they probably will still attract teachers and professors. But smaller universities and cities aren't that attractive, that might be a problem for them. So either way, I think the UK is going to lose out.